All right. Mute myself there. All right. I think we're okay. We're back. We're live. Doing a little bit of an earlier start to try and make up for last week when I wasn't here, as well as let you guys know some news today. So shorter stream today just because my kids have a half day at school, so I got to go get them around 11. So we got about 3 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours to play together today. So I wanted to make sure I did that with you guys. All right. So we're gonna go over here. So this is Busy Gamer Dad. Hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, or just cruising through things, and you're seeing the video and be like, hey, that looks like a cool dude. I want to go see and talk to that guy. I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to even just pass through. Drop a subscription if you feel so inclined on the YouTube side of things. We're really trying to grow the community over there. It doesn't cost you anything, not like Twitch or anything like that. So we are streaming currently on YouTube and on Twitch, so check us out on either platform. As is tradition on the Busy Gamer Dad channel, when we do our live streams, I like to do a couple of community shout outs because of comments made on some of the posted content over there, and thank people for taking time out of their schedule for leaving a comment and addressing them live, as it were. So Nico the Beast Forever posted on my Underkeep video. This game is a game I'm watching because it harkens back to the dungeon crawlers, the D&D 90s dungeon crawler games where you make your party and you go through the world and you navigate and you find keys and you find little squirreled away secrets and things like that. Very similar to our Arcana long play, which is uploaded every Saturday. And he just said, thank you, nice man, nice video, man, and he'll keep it on his wish list. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I usually buy my games on discount, so I'll wish list them, and then I'll pick them up when they're on sale. It really does help me as a busy gamer doing it that way, because it really I have a huge backlog of games, but I also have like very little time to play any games at all. And when I buy games on sale, it helps me with the mental aspect of, hey, I just paid $50, $60 for this brand new game. I gotta play it. It relieves that pressure to play that game that you just bought. Buy it when it's on sale. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to play the newest and greatest game. You don't. There's going to be a point, and it's not anything that's like super obvious most of the time where you just don't have time to play games. You're doing the self-care thing where you're doing workouts or training for something, or just taking care of yourself, taking cooking classes, taking stress management classes, going to therapy, things like that. And that takes up a lot of your free time. Or you're into other things that you're like a volunteer and stuff like that. Or you're a dad and you've got those responsibilities. Or you're a college kid who does these extracurriculars like clubs and hikes and stuff like that. And so you don't have a lot of time to play video games to unwind. And so doing that methodology of wish listing a game, picking it up on sale, has helped me in my headspace to release a lot, or relieve, I should say, a lot of that stress and anxiety about, hey, I just spent this money on a game. I gotta play it. I gotta play it. I gotta play it. For our Ogre Battle game, Cyber SK left a comment about our last campaign that we did, the last stage that we did, which was honestly, it went way too smooth. I think it's because I'm using smaller group sizes or smaller army sizes. When I say that Ogre Battle is a tactical game, before Final Fantasy Tactics was released, and Ogre Battle is a longer running series for this type of game. And you have these pieces that can freely move across the board. There's units of different types. You have caster units, healer units, and things like that. And you can make them into parties, and you can have them fight each other like chess pieces, basically. There's rock, paper, scissors on what's more effective against what, etc. Anyways, the stage we were just in, it went really well. Like 3 episodes, about 40 minutes or so, and we were able to steamroll the boss. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'm just that good. So I'm going to take my gladness and just cash that check. Be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good at this game. Pay no attention to the episode before that, or the stage before that, where we struggle bust. So, yeah, just one of those things that you got to figure out as you play the game, where you have to find the right dynamic for the parties that you like using and how to position those parties that you like using. And it's just a fun game. It's actually a very deceptively in-depth game. And then Archimedes talked about how when we got the blood, we can transform someone with low alignment into a vampire. I don't know who I'm going to do that to yet, if I do that to anybody. I'm trying to get the quote-unquote good ending in the game, so We'll see what we can do about that. I do have a surprise, and this is the news I was going to talk about a little bit later in the episode, probably around like 10, maybe 9:30. Give us an hour to play this game here, MTG Forge, and then I'll talk about the news, and we'll have some fun with it. Beyond that, I mean, we're going to get into this game proper. So MTG Forge, if you're new here, haven't seen this playthrough or this is a fan game not owned by Wizards of the Coast, and you are a planeswalker in Chandalar, and your job is to free the other planeswalkers. We made a blue-black deck, courtesy of my daughter saying she wants me to play blue. I like Magic the Gathering. I am not very great at Magic the Gathering. I am a collector. I have a bunch of commander decks. I like playing precons with my friends and going over to their house for a couple of hours, scheduling that all in, and crowbarring that in, I should say, into our schedules, and having a lot of fun. It's resurged a lot of nostalgia for me playing this game. So this game, freely available. You can look for it online, and you just got to download Java, and then you can play. It has all Magic the Gathering cards, and I mean that. All the series, all the way from Alpha to, I think the latest one was the Ninja Turtles set. So you have all the mechanics and all the weird interplay from those sets that is available inside this game. So you can go up against decks that are completely broken and busted, and you have no win condition. There are infinite combos and things like that. Now, inside our deck right here, I will show, we are playing blue-black. I picked up, so I did do some offline gameplay, and the reason why I did that was because it gives us, the game is far too hard of a learning curve, or at least a growth curve for your deck versus the scale of the other decks. So for us to have any real, call it progress, air quotes progress, I needed to play offline. So I'm not trying to hide anything from you guys out there. I just want you guys to see. So I did a bunch of quests offline, and I got a couple other cards. I think the Brazen Borrower is one of the newer cards that we got. The Flitterwing Nuisance, this is from the Lorewind set that just came out. Grim Bauble is from the Aether Drift set. There's the Lord of the Rings set that I just picked up this card here, I think 2 episodes ago. Rona Shieldred's Faithful. I picked this one up. I'm not a big fan of this card because we don't really have a lot of instants or sorceries, but it is what it is. We can, she's a 3/4 for 5 mana, or 4 mana, which is not bad actually. So getting her out and then having her blink at the enemy for free damage whenever I cast an instance or sorcery is pretty good. The Quietest Spike we've had for a while. I have this in the deck because we are playing Dimir, and Dimir, when we got this deck, has a bunch of rogue characters, and the rogues, case in point, Cradell of Boulder's Gate, I can pay 2 extra and have this creature not be blocked. So if I put this Quietest Spike on Cradell and he does 1 damage, then it also does half their life total. So I have that in there as a bit of a weird win condition, and this does come in handy. This is probably one of the cards, though, that is very situational, because I only have 1 of them, and getting it out is kind of hard to do, especially if it's like mid-game, late-game, and I don't have my rogues left. There's just no one on the field that is unblockable, so a little bit of a, odd thing right there, but it does give creatures death touch, so there is some utility for it. The Rottenmel Viper is another good win condition, so I can get this out by sacrificing other creatures if I really wanted to, that much faster. And then every time it enters combat, so every time it attacks, it gets a blight counter on it, and it plinks the opponent for 4 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. So kind of stupid, broken for our deck here. And it's a 6/6 for 6, but if I sack some creatures, I can get it out that much faster. So I do have creatures that I do sack for it quite often. The Library Larcenist is one of them. But again, we have a bunch of removal, as you might be reading some of the cards. These are the instants that I would use for Rona, but again, it's one of those things that Rona is probably, these 2 cards are the ones that I'm like on the fence the most about, just because of their full utility to really affect our deck and give us some good win conditions. But they're powerful in and of themselves. The last 3 cards here, these ones are the ones that have done a lot of heavy lifting for me when I've been playing offline. Specifically, the Mind Body Sword gives us protection from blue and green, and every time I attack and damage a player, I get to create a wolf token. That's a 2/2. So, and that player mills 10 cards. Milling cards is they put cards from the top of their library right into their graveyard. And so this is stupid broken for our rogue deck, because if I bypass their blockers with my rogues and I go in and hit them, they take the damage from the rogue, which is 2/2 minimum. They have protection from blue-green, so if it's against a, like a blue or green source that they're trying to remove or bounce him or something like that, they are protected from that. And then I get a wolf token so that I can use that as a chump blocker if there's something attacking me in return. And then they mill 10 cards. That's like stupid good. I also found this one here, the Sword of Feast and Famine. I'm like, heck, I'll get the whole set. So this gives the character, this one is another +2/+2 when I equip it. Gives black-green protection. And then when this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card from their hand, and I untap all my land. Untap all my land. So I can get a round of casting through, and then I can untap everything and do another round of casting if there's anything that I wanted to cast in my hand after that. So that's kind of good for future state. I have a couple ideas if I can find the cards for it, like, pump up creatures and things like that. You tap a black and creature gets +1/+0 or something like that. But where this really does tie into is the Aven Thief. Because when the Aven Thief does damage to target player, I get to steal a card from their hand, and then I can cast that card using mana from my mana pool. So if I have this on the Aven Thief, then I get a free cast of whatever card they have, and I bring it out on my side. So these two really do synergize quite well together, and then every time I cast something that's not my own, it gives this a +1/+0 counter. So this is that's the connection point, as it were. And this combo has just gone bonkers in previous fights. So that's kind of the rundown on everything. Like I said, I'm just enjoying the game. I'm not going to say I'm the best player in the world. There's a couple of cards in here that I'm like, yeah, I really should try and look for replacements or for more stable choices. We do have a wide array of things that we can pick from and potentially put into our deck if we really, really wanted to. But I just don't, for lack of understand how to best utilize them. So, I mean, this one, Common Crook, is actually a pretty good one to put in there. It's a 2/2 for 2, and then when it dies, it gets a treasure token, and it's a rogue, which synergizes with some of our other cards in our deck. There's a couple other ones like these two Damnations that are really, really good for board wipes, which will become very important depending on how far we get into this game and how far we are able to, handle some of the token decks that we'll run up against. And then likewise, Echoing Truth, this was really good for the token decks because I can bounce the tokens to someone's hand, and any creature with that same name gets bounced to the hand as well. So really good for like sliver decks or mirror decks or, again, token decks or critter decks. Yeah, so that's kind of the ramblings. That's how everything's kind of looking, and you can kind of see that there's a bunch of other cards in here that you're like, why don't you have that in your deck? Why don't you have that in your deck? And you can simply leave me a comment and say, you should put this in this deck because this is really good, and if you should look for this card for this reason, let me know, because I don't know all the interplay. I'm having fun with this. I'm enjoying, seeing all this. Yeah, so that's kind of where everything's at. I don't think there's much else that I want to try and talk about. I just want to get into the gameplay right now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then, Propaganda is also another really good one I want to call out there. For if you're going up against token decks, that way they have to pay 2 to attack you with every creature. So this is a good kind of hold off the enemy advance kind of deck, or kind of choice right there. Alright, cool. I do have a couple other decks that I'm working on, a red-black deck and a red-green deck. They're not really anything worth showing. Alright, so now, where am I at and what am I doing? Here we go. Here's the rundown there. We're doing Clear the Ledger. I'm focusing on that one. We have this Goblin Cave, and if you know anything about the Goblin Cave, you know that we are... Oh, the game crashed, unfortunately. No, the game didn't crash. It was OneDrive coming in. right here. So if you know anything about what I was talking about with the Goblin Cave before, the Goblins are an aggro deck. Goblin Workers are currently my nemesis. I've won 6 times, they've won 9. So yeah, this gives you a breakout right here of everything. So we're not like the best player in the world, but we're still having fun with it. We're enjoying it. We're making it work. Yeah. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna loop around. I think I gotta take the long way out. Yeah, this is a little bit of a bug inside the game. This keeps coming up. That is the main quest line right there that's coming up. So all we're doing this episode is we are clearing out this dang cave of goblins. The goblin horde. And you'll notice that I've cleared out all the goblins in the row. But you still have these 2 goblins in the backfield that are like, hey, we want your stuff. So we're going to fight the goblins. So that's why you're here. You want to see Magic the Gathering? Here we are. We won the coin toss. I almost said it again, wife. Let me see here. Shieldred, or no, Rona, Quietus. We have 2 land that we can play around with, and we can get here out. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this, because we can go first. I'll put the tap land down, and then I'll pass turn. And then he's going to get a... Yep, okay. Yeah, this guy is annoying. We'll get this down. I guess really just drop our guy right here. Yep, right there. We're going to end our turn. Red creatures have first strike. That's annoying. And then he's going to tap. Nope, okay, he's not. We'll get this guy down. I mean, let's do it. Let's get this out because we've got some bandwidth to play with. Let's do this right here, and then he'll be able to block and take no damage, and this guy will be able to clap back. So it doesn't really matter. I'm going to end turn. And then War Drums, they have Menace. Yep, so I can't block this with 1 creature. So he's going to swing at me for 1. Yep, that's what it is. So Menace is a mechanic in the game where you have to block 1 creature with 2. That's just the function of Menace. As annoying as that is, good mana source, that's fine. I'll take that. Because what I'll do now is... So that's 4. I could equip and then destroy. Is that what I want to do? Well, actually, I should probably destroy... This says Defender, so it's not going to attack us. Defender means that it can only defend. So it's very descript in that regard. Some of the mechanics are quite, ambiguous is what I'll say. All right, so we're going to equip you. Yes, let's equip you onto him with 1... 2 there. Now, how do I want to do this? Because if I pay the 2 extra mana, I get a wolf token and I can block. I can't block because he has Menace. So I'll pay the 2 because I'll hit him for 3 and then get a wolf token to block. We're going to get really far out in front of this guy. Alright, basic combat, or before combat, and then, yep, we're going to do Alpha Strike right there, and then I can choose, oh, I can't. So, yeah, that one right there. Optional, that's fine. The reason why I can't use his ability is this gives protection from green-blue, so even positive effects I can't use. Nope, we're not going to auto pay. We're going to hit cancel, and then we're going to strike, and then he's going to not choose to block, which I'm fine with. I mean, you don't need to block this. Yeah, and so we get to pick the order in which they resolve. I'll just let it auto do it. So we'll do the damage, and then we'll get the creature and mill the stuff. So right there. That's at the top of my library. I'm going to keep that at the top of my library. And then we're going to generate the token, and then he's going to drop 10 cards. 10 cards in his graveyard. That's just stupid good. We're going to hold on to this. This is an instant. We can play this on our turn. No worries. There, and we have a wolf token just to have a wolf token. So we're going to hold off. Open fire. What? That's just annoying. Oh, man. That's just annoying. I mean, I like my little wolf token. You jerk. All right, hang on. Somebody had texted me. I apologize. I want to make sure there's no emergencies. Okay, good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. There, and then are you going to attack? You're not going to attack. You're not... Oh, you spent all your mana on the one thing. Well, you shouldn't have done that. What do I want to do here? I have 4. I can bring out Rona. I mean, I think I've got... The Dross Golem is actually pretty good, too. I can bring this out for 4 as well. And Fear is they can only be blocked by black creatures. So is that what I want to do? Hang on. You know what? Actually, I'm going to bring out the Avian Thief. Or Thieving Avian. Because this gets stupid good. This gets stupid good. And then... Let's see here. I don't have... Let's do Alpha Strike there. He can choose to block if he wants to. It forces me to do this. I don't know why it does. I can't click cancel on it, and that's fine. I mean, I just click cancel here. Click OK. Then it's going to ask if I want to pay the 2. I click no. And then it will go into blockers. He's not blocking, which is odd to me. And then we'll just let this auto-resolve again. Yep, we'll scry 1, do 1 damage to him, and then he'll mill the cards. Even Heartstabber. I mean, having a 1/1 isn't bad. This is one of the other cards that I'm like, do I really need this in my deck? And I just wanted to have it because of the flyer that can potentially get... not potentially, it does get much stronger as long as there are 5 or more card value. 5, as long as there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, even Heartstabber gets +2/+2 and has Death Touch. So that turns it into a 3/3 with Death Touch that's flying. So it's pretty awesome, actually. And then when it dies, I can, mill 2 cards and then draw a card. But I don't think I need that right now, so I'll put that on the bottom of my deck. And then we get a wolf token, and he mills another 10 cards. Right there. Oh, yay, Squee! He's doing... Oh, did he... What? No, what did he do? Oh, he pulled Squee from the graveyard. He pulled Squee from the graveyard. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Then he's not attacking. He's just going to put out another goblin. I could bring out this guy, but I don't want to because that's not really helpful for us. I think if I just attack with everyone. So what this game does really well is it enforces the standard rule set. So in my main phase is the only phase I can move equipment around, unless there's something else that affects that. And certain things can only be done at certain points in gameplay. So you need to be making sure that you're doing and following the rules correctly. Much to your chagrin, I'm sure. Alright, so we're going to do an Alpha Strike. Make something unblockable. Let's do that with the wolf. Sure. Okay, I'm going to click cancel, actually, because I want to see what I steal from him. Yep, he's choosing to block there, and he's choosing to block here finally, so that's going to die. And then the Aven Thief, we get to choose. Had I moved this in the main phase to my Aven, I probably would have been able to one-shot him. But that is not the case. Alright, so let's see here. We got Goblins gain haste. Haste, battle cry. Okay. Oh, construct. Came back to the beginning. Oh, so this is actually kind of... That got me a couple of times. So we're going to take this guy. We're going to take that guy. And we're going to cast that guy. So we cast that guy by going over here. clicking on this, and it tells us that we need to have this. Even though we don't have a red mana source in our deck, it's the standard, like you need to have the main or the basic mana to qualify to cast this. So I can cast this with Swamp, see how the red went away, and then I can do this with 2 colorless right there. And because I'm casting a card or spell that's not my own, I get a +1/+1 counter on the Aven Robber. Right there, so now that turns into a 2/5, and you can see already how the that creature can get broken. And then we get this guy on our turn. Alright, right there, good, and then he's gonna hit me for, I mean, I can take the 1 damage? I mean, we'll just block it. Oh, nope, he's got Menace, I can't do that. That's why, he's got Menace, never mind. So yes, I'll take the 1 damage, and then Assailant. Alright, good, and, I mean, we just win, right? He doesn't have any flyers, so in main phase, I'll just move this to you. Pay the 2, right there. So that's 4. We already got him at lethal right now. So if I go through the steps here, and then do this, and then just do Alpha Strike. We could do that on you. Yes. And then we'll pay it. And then they're going to team block this. This guy's going to die, but we get through. We got 4, 5, 6. So he's dead. Yep. So there we go. We won. We're the best. We're the best. Yay! We're the best. Alright, so that's 1 down, and then we get a sweet little treat. These guys, these mud button torch runners, I made many mistakes fighting them. But they're pretty good in a goblin deck because they're 3, and then when they die, they do 3 damage to target creature or player. We are going to choose to sell this guy. We'll hold on to that one right here. Goblin decks are kind of fun. I liked my goblin deck when I was a kid, and it was a fun little aggro deck. All right, come here, you. Come here. Yes, let's fight. I challenge you, goblin. I challenge you. Alright, we won the coin toss right now. We've got 3 land, and oh, we got our Death Cult Rogue, that's great. And we got another mana source to play down. And yep, okay, we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. We'll play our tap land first. Then we're going to pass. Raging Goblin has haste, he's going to hit me for 1. Knew that was going to happen, that's okay. Right there. We're going to drop a Swamp down. And then Crydell, we're going to drop him down. Get a little blocker. And then we're going to end our turn. Then he's going to do that. Is he going to swing at me? He is not. We got a blocker. That's great. Drop this down. Now we got a choice to make. We can do removal, mana, or another creature. I think I want to do mana. Get some more function out. So we'll do this right here. And then I'm going to hold off. He could play the War Drums, which give Menace, but I'm going to hold off. I'm going to end my turn right there. See what he's got cooking. He's dropping another Goblin Infantry, and he's got a Balloon Brigade that he can give flying to, which is super annoying. Alright, that's fine. Grim Bobble, that's good. We can actually take out this guy quite easily. What do I want to do? Well, here's the better play. If I get Rona down, these two now plink him for damage. So, and it gives me a 3/4 to block with. So we're going to do that. We're going to get Rona down. We have a 3/4 to block with, and we're going to end turn. I'm not going to attack. More than likely he's going to attack with the Balloon Brigade, give it flying. The AI is pretty smart in this game. They make a lot of pretty smart choices. Alright, so there's that right there. That's unfortunate. Alright. Alright, so now we got land. Alright, so how do I want to handle this? We can take out this guy, or this guy. There we go. -2, -2. All right, so I actually think that I want to bring out Grim Bauble. Yes. So I get to pick which creature dies. Goblins you control gain this. Yeah, I want to actually get rid of you. Yep, so when this comes in, I resolve a creature getting -2, -2. Take this guy out. There. And then I have the option to bring out the rogue that can't be blocked, and I can start getting in for damage, or I can start taking out some of his other creatures, because he gets to pick. Let's get the rogue out right now. Right there. And then I have another blocker. And then we're going to end our turn. Yep, give it flying. He's just going to hit me for 1. Which is fine. And then flying, of course. That creature's got flying. Of course it's got flying. Oh, there we are. This is great. Awesome. So if I bring this out, put it on the character that can't be blocked, and then just start hitting at him, he's got no counterplay. He's got no way of counterplaying this. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to bring this out. Bam. Right there. Yep. Resolve that. Then we're going to equip this onto you. Already. Right there. Yep. Perfect. So now he has protection from green and black. And we are going to... This rogue can't be blocked except by rogues. Does he have any rogues? He does not have any goblin rogues, so that guy can freely swing at him for 4 damage every round, and we are going to capitalize on that, because every time he hammers the enemy player, I get to untap all my land. So we're going to do that. We're going to definitely do that. Right, do that, and then I could do Alpha Strike. That'd be funny, because he can't really, he has to block. No, don't go greedy. Don't be greedy right now. I guess I could do that, but I'm just gonna like end turn or cancel that and then do that right there. Yep, whenever it damages, that player discards a card and I untap my land. Perfect. And then I can get a draw Golem out, or I can cast this. Let's see what he sacrifices. Let's see what he sacrifices. Yep. He loses 1 life. He's forced to sacrifice a creature. He took out... What did he just sacrifice? The Haste Goblin, the 1/1 Raging Goblin. Gotcha. Okay, well, that's probably what I would have done. And then... that's turn. That's turn. We're going to end turn. We're going to end the turn. He did nothing. Why would you do nothing? I'm so confused. I think we have him. Because, reasons. Let's bring out the Dross Golem for 4. Just to bring it out. And then he doesn't have a rogue. So, I mean, like, attack. And then, like that. End turn, cancel. And then... hit him for 4. I untap all my lands. Bring out the artifact right there. So I'm out of cards right now, but I can stack one of these to draw 2 more cards. So I might do that if I needed to. But I think we've got him next round. He's got to do something. Otherwise we win. Yeah, so... winner, winner, chicken dinner? Like there, and then just Alpha Strike. Right there. Shieldred? Or not Shieldred. Rona? There. Tap you 2 for a blue. And a black source just to make it spicy. And there we are. So he's going to get hit for 1, 2. Okay, so he's not going to die. 1. There. Yeah, just take out that one. And then we won. Look at us. All right, now. Going already infinitely better than when I played solo. Which do I want to keep all of these? Crazed Goblin attacks each turn. Yep, that's fair enough. We're good there. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm going to save it. Right there. Good. Okay. We're going to take a break, and we're going to go back in there. So now we just have this Goblin Warlord. I think that's what he is. Chief. He's a chief. Goblin Chief. I have yet to fight him, so I have no clue what we're going up against. We have 1, 2, 3 land. The Demir Locket. We have Krydell again. That's actually a really good one. And then we got the Rogue. So I think this is a solid hand. This is a really solid hand. We're going to keep it. Yes. Haste, whenever it becomes a target ability, it deals 1 damage to target blocking creature. Okay. That's kind of annoying, actually. So he's going to hit me for 1. That's what he should do. Yep. Okay. Good. We're going to... Since we're on the play here, I have to get the black source out now. So let's drop that, and then we're going to end turn. It's going to hit me for 1. Foundry Street. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield... Oh, okay. Alright. That sucks, actually. He's playing 2 of those. Drop you down. Get you out. 1, 3. There. Okay, good. So now I have a blocker. And he's not choosing to attack, which is his loss because he had numbers. He had numbers there. He should have attacked. So the good thing about this card is it targets the player. It does not target a creature. So that is an important distinction in Magic, because there are creatures that have hexproof or ward that have certain functions. Hexproof is you can't target that creature with spells or abilities. This bypasses that because you're targeting the player. The other thing is hexproof or ward is ward X. Ward is 4 mana. Ward is 2 mana. Ward is white and a 1 mana. Something like that, it'll say. And that gives the player additional, or the opponent has to pay an additional cost to target that creature with a spell or ability. So this bypasses that entirely. Let's see here. I already played a land? I did already play a land. I could drop 3. I could get another rogue out and start doing damage to him. I think I want to do that. Or I can get some more mana out, a black source of mana. I think I actually need a black source of mana more than anything else. I have the option to remove a card too. Let's get another creature out. Let's start getting in there because he's got 15 health. I've only got 14. I want to get another creature out there just so I have something. Oh, never mind. Well, I drew out the shock. That's good. So he instantly capped that creature. Had no time for mischief with that creature. He played a land. Okay, that's fine. So we got a swamp now. Let's see here. So I can do Rona, I think is what I want to do. Let's do Rona, get her out. And then we're going to end our turn. Beetle Chief, what does he do? When he comes in, he summons something. Enters 2 red goblin tokens. Oh, he's got swarms. And then when those come in, yep. Alright, so those get pumped up pretty big. Ouch. Do they have first strike? They don't have first strike. Whoever I block with is going to die. And it's just for this round. So I'm actually going to... This is risky. I'm actually going to eat the damage. I'm going to eat the damage. Because it was just that round. Alright, so we're going to drop the swamp. We will do that target player, auto pay. Yep, going to plink him for 1 damage. He's going to sacrifice a token. That's what he should do. Tokens are far less useful than the actual creatures most of the time. Alright, so then I will get my Flitterwing Nuisance out there. He's got lethal if I attack, so I really can't. I've already laid a land down. So I could hit him again if I wanted to scry, have him lose a card, lose a life, then I gain a life, but then I lose a blocker. I can't risk it. Yeah, I can't risk it. Alright, so we're going to end our turn. Goblin Javeliner. Going to get a +1/+1. Is he going to attack with them? He is not. Alright, his loss. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to drop you right there. Whenever a creature you control just remove a counter from this creature. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to it. So this is in perpetuity. So I can do that right now. So if I put that on remove counter from here, whatever. Right there. Why is it not right there? Oh, I had to click that creature. Yes. Yep, so that's in effect right now. Okay. Oh, this turn, I see that. This turn, I gotcha. So then I can actually attack with my 2/2. Do I want to do that? I kind of have to. So I attack right there. Sure. Click OK. Click cancel. And then we're going to draw a card because he can't block. Right there. Okay, so we have that. Gotcha. Okay, and then we're going to end turn. All right, let's see what he's got coming back at me. Oh, dear. Goblin spells cost 1 red less at random at the beginning. Conjure a random card from Goblin spell book into your hand. That's at the end step. That's super annoying. That's super annoying indeed. Alright, so what do I want to get rid of? I have removal, but I want to kind of hold off on it, knowing that it's not going to help me. So I'll drop this guy down. 1, 2, 3. We'll have that be a black source, just for funsies. So we have a 1/4. I can start plinking with... do I want to hold off? I kind of do. I'll keep hitting him for 2. Because I have 1, 2, 3 blockers. They're all 1/1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. That's lethal. Minus the removal. If he pumps something up, I'd probably have to kill it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to attack with this guy. Right there. Sure. Okay. Click cancel. There. Takes 2 damage. And then we're going to end our turn. There it is right there. Goblin Goon can't attack unless you control more creatures than defending player. Goblin Goon can't block unless you control more creatures than attacking player. So his thing can attack. Yep. Right there. But he can't attack with it because it just got summoning sickness. It just got brought out. So he can't attack with it yet. So he could potentially attack now. He's not. Alright, so I don't know what he just picked up. Alright, we got a swamp card. How do I want to do this? I have removal here for this, so that doesn't scare me. This guy and this guy can attack. Well, this guy should attack. I don't have... Let's attack with our Aven. Okay, we're not going to make it unblockable because he doesn't have flying. So I don't need to make it unblockable. So I can look at his hand. What has he got? Other goblins you control attack each turn if able. So that's terrifying. At the beginning of your combat, of your turn, this is what I got to take. This is what I definitely have to take. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't take this because that pumps up the Foundry Street Denizen and creates an unstoppable army. Enters, create 3, so that's also going to pump up this, and does 3 damage, or 2 damage to any target. That's terrifying. He's got a lot of good things. Whenever it attacks, first strike and trample? That's annoying. That's annoying. Alright, so I think I actually have to still take the Rambler. Ramble Master. I think I have to do that. Other creatures you control attack each turn if able. So this is going to put me in a bad situation, but I have to stop him from generating tokens that pump up these guys. Whenever it attacks, if it gets +1. Whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 for each other goblin. Each other attacking goblin. Gotcha. Alright. But this is... it's between these two. I think I'm still going to take this one. There. Okay. Destroy all target creatures control. Each creature that died this way created 2 +1/+1 goblin tokens. There it is. So we got the goblin tokens. Sacrifice, deal 1 damage. So he can do that. Yep. Right there. He's not attacking? Or no, he's choosing to attack with this. That's it? Okay. Right there. Yep, okay. Well, the creature died, so I can't really do anything about that right now. Alright, so there's that. We're going to drop this down. I have the ability to cast this now. I'm going to. Right there. Because now we have a bunch of goblin tokens that he just so conveniently gave me. And right there. Yep. Creates a goblin token with haste. And all goblins attack each turn if able. So this is going to force me to... other goblin creatures you control attack each turn if able. So that is going to happen. So all these guys are going to attack. He's going to block a bunch of them. But that's okay, because I'll just take out this one. I'll click OK. Yep, and then we'll do Alpha Strike, because I have to. There. And what is he going to do? What is he going to do? He's going to block there. Just the one? Interesting. So this is an instant. I can't tap the mana for this to get 2 more cards, because if I do, I can't drop the instant. So I need to wait. Okay, so indestructible. Oh, okay. Brash Taunter. Whenever it's dealt damage to target opponent. Fights another creature. That's annoying. Yep. Alright, and then Reckless Ringmaster. I think he's got me. Creature puts a hand in perpetuity. Enters battlefield. Creature perpetually gains haste. Yep, so we're going to do this onto this. Auto that. So he's got 3, 6. I got to block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to block these. Nope, he still got me. He's still got me. There's no way I can stop it. Because if I block this right here, he's still got me for lethal. For 0, 6. Darn it! Darn it, darn it, darn it. So in this game, when you lose a portion of your max life. And you got to go back to town to heal. And so now that's the reason why I saved the game. Because I've had a couple of moments in the game where I'm like, hey, that's a big loss streak. That sucks. And I've lost all my money too. So when you lose the game, you lose a chunk of your max health. And you lose a portion of your money. Which sucks. But that was a good one. That was a good fight. That was a good game. That was a good match. Let's see here. We do not have any land in this hand that I'm like, yay, we can make this work. They go first, we go second. I'm going to mulligan. We got all the land. So that's not bad, I guess. I guess the one that I'll put on the bottom of the library is Blink of an Eye. Yeah, let's do that one. And then we will keep. And he's going to go. He's going to get the Javelineer again. That's annoying. That's okay. We'll play the tap land. Yeah, we'll gain a life there. And then we're going to end our turn. Then he's got, oh, that's Goblin Burrows. Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, that sucks. It's going to hit me again for 1. Okay. Do I want to drop another tap land? We're getting all the land. We'll do the tap lands just to get that one out of our hand. A second Javelineer. More land. All right, we got to get something out. I can't do this one's ability. Because if I do that, this is going to do 1 damage to target blocking creature. Oh, no, I guess I could do that. I guess I could do that and make him pay another mana to bring that out. Turn target land permanent. But then I don't have a creature. So it's like annoying. Tell you what, we're going to do that. We're going to end our turn. He's going to shock me. That's good. I drew out the shock, which is good because that would have killed our Brazen Borrower. And then we're going to take 1 damage, 2 damage. Okay. Okay. And then he's going to get the Flux Array out, which is super annoying. That's annoying. So we can do the instant. Or we can bring this out and start hitting him for 3. Actually, that's not a bad idea because of reasons. So if I bring this out and I bring him out as a flash, right there, 3 damage. Yep. Okay. End step. Blink of an Eye. I can bounce that to his hand. He has to pay for that again. That's probably the smarter play. Let's drop our land first so I don't forget that. So we have 4 land down. I can bring this guy out. I can't equip it, though. I can do that next round if this survives. So I kind of need to bounce this. I feel like that's the right play. And I can draw a card, too. So I'm going to do that. Let's do the kicker cost right there. Let's bounce this to his hand. Right there, make him pay it again. We got another land, so we're getting all the land. We're getting land flooded. All right, right there, and then we're going to combat. We're going to do Alpha Strike. We're going to hit him for 3, so getting some value right there. Cool. He's going to hit me for 3. He's going to play the one again, and the Arcanist. When it dies, deal... You may have it deal 1 damage to any target. Okay. Okay. So we're going to drop another swamp. We're going to drop you down for 3. Yep. Then we're going to have you equip to you. Right there. 5. Perfect. Right there. I think we're okay. I think we're going to win the race. Question mark. We'll see. We're going to Alpha Strike. He's going to mill 10. And we get a wolf token. So we have something to block with. Goblin Sheep. Oh, that's just stupid. So we're not winning the race right now. Yep, we're not winning that race right now. Sacrifice this. When it dies, okay. Yep, he's going to hit me. So I'm going to take out... Do they have Menace? They don't have Menace. So we're going to have... You block that one. Do they have First Strike? No, they just have Haste. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, he wins. I actually have to block this one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, he wins. That's just... so frustrating. So close. One more turn. One more turn. Oh, one more turn. Stay away from me, rat. Oop, stay away from me, Dark Mage. I don't want to fight you guys. I am no mood. I am in no mood. No mood at all. Come here, you. Jerk. Gosh, this is just going terrible. Alright, let's go into here real quick. Let's go into channel. Let's update the title. Curse these goblins. Update them. Update the title. Just because we're having so much fun with these goblins right now. Alright, we won the coin toss. What is our land situation? 1, 2, but they're both black sources. Can't really do too much with that. I'm still going to keep it, I guess, because we do have removal there. Alright, we'll keep it. We'll drop this and turn. Yep, the Javelineer comes out with haste. Right there, cool. Right here. I mean, we'll just have him do that. Get it off the board right there. And then we're going to end turn. No creature. No land. That's kind of unfortunate. End turn. War Chief. Yay. That's exactly what you need to have right there. Instant. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. We'll blink that guy right there. Get rid of that. Grim Bobble, not really helpful. A 6/6 that can't do anything because it can't attack unless you control more creatures than defending player. Well, I guess it can because I don't have any creatures right now. Another black source? Really? I mean, that's enough to get rid of you, though. So done. Right there. This is why I have removal in the deck. End turn. Right there. Goblin War Chief. Can I get a blue source of mana? That'd be stellar. That'd be stellar. Could you please do that? Pay this. Kill this. Pick OK. Right there. Yep. Okay. Right there. That's it. I can't do anything else. Can't do anything else. This is riveting gameplay right now. Kind of getting around all he's got going on. Oh my gosh. We're getting mana screwed this time. Last round we got all the mana. This round we're getting no mana. Sacrifice this artifact. Survey 2. Yep. Okay. Put them in my graveyard. Put both of them in my graveyard because I don't have any land for this. And then end turn. We're going to eat a bunch of damage. Yep. Yep. Where X is the number of goblins you control. Grenko is such a broken card. No, it's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. Yep. We have no blue sources of mana. Kick me out of your goblin cave, because I am sad and blue. So this is what I did pretty much all week when I was dealing with my friend passing and my daily life. That is all the land. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the Grim Bobble. We have the Aven. I mean, I'm going to do it, but this thing can get... No, he's protected from Bolt. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then we got this, so that may be enough to keep everything going. All right, we're going to keep. Yep, Legionnaire has haste. It's going to hit me for 1. Do this. We're going to hold off on casting the Grim Bobble, because I know there's other things that are better to remove, like this one. We'll do that, and we'll get rid of you. Right here. Oh, no, right there. Okay, right there. And then what creature gets -1/-1? That one. Right there. And then we're going to end turn. Yep, hit me for 1. Hey, that's fine. Don't drop another creature. Please don't. Right here. Aven Thief. We'll drop you down. Right there. Good. We're going to end turn. So now we have a blocker. And if you control 2 or more lands, Den of Bugbear enters. Add this. Den of Bugbear add a red 3/2 goblin token. Whenever it attacks, create another goblin token. That's annoying. That's annoying. I don't have that kind of removal. I don't have land removal in this deck. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. Here, here, attack, right there. Okay. No blockers. Yep, we get to pick a card. We get the Javelineer, Raging Goblin, Goblin Goon. It's only goblins, right? Goblin can't attack unless you control more creatures. Okay. And can't block unless you control more creatures. So, okay. Alright, so I think this is the one I need to take. Yeah, I'll take that one right there, and then I can cast that. Yep, we get a +1/+1 counter, and we have a 6/6 that we can use to block, unless he gets 2 more creatures out. We have equal number of creatures, so we declare blockers. Why can't... Oh, I have to have more creatures, not equal. Alright. Alright, well, we take the 2 damage. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We will drop this down. Now I can... well, this unfortunately can't do anything. Let's see what we get from attacking him. Hang on. Yeah, let's see what we get from attacking him. Javelineer, Loyalist, Krenko. Krenko is actually the one I think I want to take, because I can just tap and create a number of goblin tokens. Yeah, the Legionnaire is not as good. This is definitely not as good. We're going to take Krenko. We're going to take Krenko right there, and then we're going to choose to cast Krenko. Bam, right there. Right there, perfect. And then we have a 3/3 blocker. Krenko is going to stabilize us against this stupid Goblin Chief. He's going to shock me. That's fine. He's not attacking, but he's doing this guy. Dies, deal 1 damage to any creature, and then he can sacrifice him to create... Or sacrifice a goblin to create 2 goblin tokens. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about that necessarily. I'll bounce this to his hand, maybe? Yes? Well, if I tap Krenko, I get a goblin token. 2 goblins. Whereas the goblins you control. So I get 2 goblin tokens. So that's smart there. I do have enough to bring out the Quietest Spike and start dealing half his health damage. So that's not terrible either. Also, I like stealing cards from his deck, so I'm going to do that. Or from his hand, so I'm going to do that again. We'll do this. Let's see what he's got. What do you got? Mog Infestation, Warren Instigator. So, double strike. When it deals damage to an opponent, you may put a goblin creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. Okay. Destroy all creatures target player controls. For each creature that dies, put a +1/+1 counter. So unfortunately, he is not able to cast, or fortunately, he's able to not able to cast that. So I'm actually going to take one of these right now. We'll heist that card. Then cast that card. We're going to take 1 damage from that, I think. Two, 3. Okay. So he's got goblin tokens now. If I tap you, I get 2 goblins, and I can block a bunch of damage. Cool. Awesome. And that's going to end my turn. I think we've got him. I think we did it. Finally. Let's drop an island. If I think we have lethal. If I bring down the spike. So 1, 2, 3. No, I can't attack with him because he's got more creatures. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's got more creatures than I do. But I get 4 goblins if I tap Krenko. How do I want to do this? I guess keep hitting him with the Aven. Another Krenko? I can't bring another Krenko out. Krenko, he could potentially cast next round. What does the Taunter do? Indestructible. He can't cast that anytime soon. It deals damage. Targets another creature. Yeah, it can't. He can't cast that. What deals damage? He can cast that. I guess I'll take Krenko to stop him from casting Krenko. And then if I tap Krenko, I'll get 4 tokens. Then I can cast Krenko. And then, yep, I know. Get rid of that one. So we have... Oh, why did it... Oh, which one to keep? I didn't read it. Darn it. Darn it. All right, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we can use for that. So I have 3 left. We'll bring out the Quietus Spike. I think this will get us the win condition next round. Beetleback, when it comes in. Yep, that's fine. We got it. We got him. Yes, we got him. We got him. Oh, we got him. All right, so we will equip this right here on that. Yep, Thieving Avian has Death Touch. Not that it needs it, but it rounds his life down and then does damage. And then we'll do this. We'll do this. And we will... Alpha Strike? Sure, Alpha Strike. I don't care. Yep, that's fine. We will do that. And then 1, 2, there. And we won. We beat him. We finally beat him. Oh my goodness, that was just, whew. That was a lot. But we did it. We did it. Rowan Kenrith. They're a Planeswalker. During target player's next turn, each creature that player controls attacks if able. Rowan deals 3 damage to each tap creature target player controls. That's really good, actually, because that stops goblin decks, which are usually pretty low life. Target player gets an emblem. Whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. And you may choose a new... Oh, wow. Alright. Oh, this is an interesting commander card. Does it give me the commander? It did not give me the commander. Yeah, I'm sorry, the partner. Alright, let's see here. So then... Rohilda, Wanted Cutthroat. First strike, when Rohilda Cutthroat deals damage to player, exile non-land card from their library at random. During any turn you attacked with a wolf or werewolf, you can cast that card. You may spend any minute day bound. Oh, okay, so this works kind of with that one sword that we have, because we have wolf tokens. Shock is always a really good card to get. Goblin Chieftain's a good card, and the Legionnaire is a pretty decent card when Loyalist, sorry, not Legionnaire. When the Goblin Loyalist is a pretty decent card too, whenever at least 2 or more creatures attack the game, trample. So all of these are pretty good cards. I'm actually going to hold on to all of them. I'm not going to try and sell any of them. Alright, so we get a spellbook. So spellbooks in the game, they give us basically a magic pack that we can look at, and depending on where you're at, it can be red cards, blue cards, green cards, etc. More often it's kind of directed by where you're located. So just be aware of that. Return all artifacts you control to their owner's hand. Okay. Emissary of Hope. Whenever Emissary deals combat, you gain 1 life for each artifact that player controls. Oh, okay, so kind of a counter artifact deck. Wirefly Hive. Flip a coin. If you win the flip, put a coin, or put a 2/2. Oh, destroy all of them. That's a very risky card. We're going to get rid of that. Disassemble. or dismantle, sorry. Destroy target artifact. If that artifact had counters, put that many on creature you control. That's actually pretty funny. Inflame, deal 2 damage to each creature dealt damage this turn. Okay. Arcbound Worker, modular, when it comes in, +1/+1 counter. That's not bad. Affinity for islands. Now this could work for our deck. A 2/4. That's for 6, but affinity for islands, so every island we have reduces its mana cost. Still pretty pricey for a 2/4 that doesn't have any other abilities. It is an artifact creature, so there is some utility if we had an artifact deck. Engineer, add 2 mana, spend on artifacts. Okay. Not necessarily anything we have. We got 2 of those. Protection from artifacts. Badlands, deal 1 damage to Barbed Lightning. Choose 1. Barbed Lightning deals 3 damage to target creature, or Barbed Lightning deals 3 damage to target player. Entwine. Cast or choose both. Oh, okay. So if I had 4 mana, I could do that. That's kind of a more expensive bolt. I mean, I'll hold on to it for now. Nourish. You gain 6 life. That's actually kind of awesome, especially if you have a deck that, you know, penalizes the players or the opponent for gaining life. Whenever find artifact creature. Interesting. Atel Jalad. Do I want this? Do I want this? Is this beneficial for me? I don't think it's beneficial for me. It's good against artifact decks, but I just don't. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell it. This was an update that was just recently added to the game where you can see the sale price for the cards. Okay. And then Chittering Rats. When Chittering Rats, a target opponent puts on the top of their library. Oh, that's an interesting little card right there. My phone is blowing up. I'm sorry. I have to check this to see. Oh. Yeah. My friends are unfortunately working today. They have to make up time for our little adventure that we did last week. Alright, we got our other thing right here. What is our next one? Bolthor, the Defiled. All minions gain +1/+1. Remove Bolthor from the game. Each player returns all black and red creatures from the graveyard to play. Well, that's interesting. Zombie Dwarf. Rhoda, Geist Avenger. Partners. This is more of a commander card in a way. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it is being declared as an attacker. Oh, so this scale is pretty good, actually. Look at the top card of your library. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, gets +1 in flying. That's not really that useful. If you control a forest, you may have each player pay 5 life instead of paying the cost? What? If you control a forest, you may have each other player pay 5 or gain 5 life. Not pay. Gain. Reading is fun. Instead of paying. So that seems really not good. Sandbar Serpent. Well, you would use this for cycling if you needed to get land. But I really don't. Really don't need to filter. So we'll hold on to these 2 for now. Alright. So that's it. I think we cleared the cave out. I think we did it all. So we did it. We cleared the ledger. Yep, clearing the ledger. Return to town and report your success on clearing the goblin cave. Amazing. We did it. It took a while, but we got through it. We got a bunch of good cards, too. Alright. Where am I going? Nope, not going that way. I don't think I can go over that. Nope, I can't go over that. I gotta go a long way around. And that's fine. It looks like it works in our favor. Because I don't know where I'm going, ultimately. Get down over here. Wandering the wilds. Returning to the town that we need to. We're gonna go down this way. And where is this town? Is it over here? Looks like it's over here. Oh no, that's a fast-moving sluggy thingy. That could have been like a sliver or something. No, I've seen the slivers. I don't know what that is. That's an insect of some type. All right. Is this it? True to his word, the man provides you with a reward from his inheritance. It's worth far less than the land now that it's been cleared, but it's still valuable in addition to what loot you already recovered from the cave. Alright, if we're not settled there, I suggest you sell the land quickly before anyone else moves in. So we get some bonus cards. What else do we get? Oh, Lotus Field is actually pretty good. That's actually really, really good. We sack 2 lands, but we get 3 land of any color. 15 shards, that's not bad. Protection from red. 10th enters the battlefield. Detain each land you control until those permanents can't attack or block. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know the utility of that one. Oh, Markov Baron. Convoke, so we tap creatures to also help with it. Lifelink, other vampires get +1/+1. Thermocrast or Karst, destroy target land. I mean, I don't really have a land removal deck. I'm trying to build a landfall deck, not a land removal deck. Diversion unit. Interesting. Sacrifices is counter target creature, instant or spell unless its controller plays more. Declarative goodbye. And then we got a forest from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, from the Turtle set. Mobilize, attack. So it gives soldiers vigilance, and we get to create soldiers. There are better cards out there. I think this is from Onslaught. I remember that symbol. We'll get rid of that one. And I think I want to get rid of that one, and then I mean, it's only worth $2, so I'll just get rid of that land. No, actually, we'll hold on to it. All right, cool. All right, so in the game now, you also have reputation in every single city. So be aware that you've got reputation that you've got to handle for every single city. Do you need to get high reputation with every city? Absolutely not. It only helps you if you're really looking to get something from that city, like doing quests in there, because the shops don't change over. So just keep that in mind. Let's take a look inside each shop. That being said, so let's hear Battles of the Ages. So these are sagas or sieges. It's red-black. When Invasion of Azeroth enters battlefield, lose 1 health, so 4 damage. This one's 6 damage. And it's green. This one's blue. Invasion of Arcovius. When Arcovius enters the battlefield, search your library, graveyard, and or outside the game for an instant or sorcery card you own. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. That's for 7, huh? And then what's the other side of that one? I need to check it. Because I don't know. Arcovius. What is it? Is that how you spell it? That's not how you spell it. Arcavius. What's the flip side of it? This one. Yes, what is that? What is that one? What's the flippy side of this one? It's an enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you may choose to copy it. Oh, that's not bad. And then choose a new target. That's not bad. Maybe, but it's 7. We have to do 7 damage, which with our rogue deck, we can do kind of pretty easy. Let's see here. March of the Machines is what this is from. Invasion of Kamigawa. When invasion enters the battlefield, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Okay. This one, Invasion of Amaket. When invasion enters the battlefield, each player mills 3 cards. Then each opponent discards a card from discards and you draw a card. Okay, so what's the other size? What's the other size? Mock hit. Let's go to images real quick and see if we can find it. Invasion of. There we are. What does this do for us? Sure. Well, hang on. What's the creature side of it? It's a 4/4. You may have Lazotep convert. Enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in your graveyard, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Oh. Well, that's not super helpful. That's not super duper helpful. Okay, so none of these are really speaking to me. What do we got here? 2 for the price of 1. So 2 cards, yeah. What are you? The third weird sister. The 3 weird sisters, not the third weird sisters. The 3 weird sisters. Reading is fun. Legendary. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Transform Henrika. Okay, so that's the other side of it. Puppet Stitcher is just a weird card in general. Creature, whenever you cast an instant, you create a zombie with a decay counter at the beginning of your upkeep. If you control 3 or more, you may transform. Yeah, it's a weird card in general. From the Final Fantasy set, this is actually not a bad one. If a creature died under an opponent's control target, if you have 3 or more treasure tokens, transform this. That's not bad for late game stuff. Cunning Bandit. Sacrifice 3 other creatures, transform. Yeah, I don't really... This one is the only one that's kind of interesting to me. But we'll see. We'll see what else is around. Pandorica. Alright, come to the battlefield. Choose a color from your graveyard. Add that to our mana pool. Arc bow. Geist flames. Serrated arrows. Comes into play. Put 3 arrowhead counters during your upkeep. Bury serrated arrows. If it has no more, remove. Put 1 on target creature. So that's not terrible. Do we want any of these cards? I am looking and I am saying no. None of them are super speaking to me for our deck. One of the things that I advise you to do when you play this game is look at equipment. Try and find some equipment. Not equipment cards. I mean equipment to purchase. Let's see here. Have myriad. Let's see here. Golem, sacrifice. Add that. I mean, that's interesting. Land, antiquities. Brass Herald. When Brass Herald comes into play, choose a creature. Brass Herald comes into play. Reveal it for if you chosen type on the rest in the bottom of your library. Chosen creature type. Oh, that's not bad, but it's a 6 cost. That's pretty expensive. Bumble Flowers Share Pot. Enters, we create a food token. Sacrifice this, destroy non-land permanent. Omega Mirror. Malachite Talisman. Untap target permanent. And then Croesus Attendant. Yep, yeah. Alright, fair enough. 5 and 5. So all these guys do is they're sacks for getting the dragons that they represent out. One size fits all. Add mana equal to the devotion. That's pretty good. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +X, where X is the number of cards types among all graveyards. I don't have any other of those creatures. The Largoif? I don't know what those are. or what creature type that is. Sunburst comes into play with +1 for each mana type used. Oh wow, that's... And then you just tap it. That can be pretty potent, especially if you have like a way of... Yeah, that's actually pretty potent, but not something I can use. Automated Artificer. Interesting. Nope, nothing there for me that I feel I want. We're going shopping. Instant. This spell costs 1 less if an opponent controls no basic lands. Well, that's not true. Okay, destroy target creature. And then it flips to add a land to us. Mire of Misery. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or enchantment. This is good for enchantment removal, because I don't really have that, and enchantment decks are kind of hard to deal with. Play Defiant Stand only if you're attacking. Okay, Suffocating Fumes. Creatures your opponent controls get minus. That would have been really fun to deal with for the Goblin deck. That would have wiped out his stuff. Shatter Shot, deals 1 damage to target creature. Storm, you can play this spell. Copy it for each spell played before it this turn. Oh. Oh, that's not bad. So if you cast a bunch of spells, like there's an infinite loop, I'm sure, somewhere. Lost in Space from... what is it? Universes Beyond? Target opponent... Or target artifact creature only plus... Okay. Vengeance. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. The Menagerie. I don't have a way of casting that. Lorthos the Tidemaker. That is a very expensive. Tax you may pay. If you do... 8 target permanents. Untap. Oh wow, that's hella expensive, but pretty awesome. Constricting Sliver. Lapoperit. Scout. Whenever another creature controls enters 1/1 until end of turn. Transform. This is Onslaught. Symbiote Spawn from Spider-Man. When this creature dies and you gain 2 life. That's not bad. But it's that's a villain. It's not a rogue, unfortunately. Drowned Yard Lurker. Vigilance. When you cast or cycle Drowning Yard, create a... Interesting. When Emrakul arrived in Innistrad, even fossils answered her twisted call. Do I care about that? I don't think so. Spellkeeper Weird. Return target. Oh, so this just bounces things pretty easy. Interesting. Okay. There's another weird in the background I'm sure that they would bounce with. Alright, cool. And what about you? Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. Ninjutsu, during your upkeep, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja that has hexproof. All other ninjas you gain, +1/+1. Plain old Planeswall. Tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it? That's not bad. Not super helpful to us. Will Kenrith. Oh. That was the other creature. Yeah. The Rowan Kenrith. They're brother and sister, I'm assuming. Maybe cousin. I don't know. I don't know the lore. +2. Till end of turn. Up to 2 target creatures. Each have... Oh. And lose all abilities. So it basically... kind of locks them for a turn. Target player draws 2 cards until your next turn. You can instantly and planeswalker spells that player casts create cost. Oh, okay. So we get free or lower reduced casts. Jace. Whenever you draw your second card, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Draw a card. Yeah, okay. Creatures control can't be blocked this turn. So it's pretty straightforward, Jace. Planeswalker. Spells your opponent casts that target creatures or planeswalkers you control. Cost 2 more to cast. Create a wizard token. Draw a card, then discard a card. The 2 Chandrella cards. And Nissa, Genesis Mage. So these are all pretty good, but I don't know if I want them. Oh, I didn't look at this one. Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord. If it's a vampire, it gets +1/+1 counter. Sacrifice a vampire, deals 3 damage to any target. You may put a vampire card with mana value into the battlefield. Oh, well. That's actually pretty good. If I had a vampire deck, I currently don't. All right, so that's good to know that that's there. What kind of equipment? So this is what I was talking about. Your character has equipment, and that's how you get bonus life. You start off with less than 20 life, which is not the normal, so you got to make sure that you're buying the equipment. I think we need to take a look at this. This is +1. This gives us a wall token. They're expensive, though. I own the boots right here. So if I get the shield, it gives me another 2 life. If I get the armor, it gives me 3 life. How close am I to that? I've got this. Let's go in here. Let's sell for 500 gold. Really? That's all I can do right now? I'm going to hold off on that, on the auto sell. I'm going to hold off on the auto sell because that's only going to give me 1,000. And currently where we're at, we're not doing that great. Innistrad, double. 8 players, so every town has a draft that you can partake in. You get cards at the end of it. You don't get cards from playing it. You don't keep your draft deck, which is kind of a bummer, I think. I would like to have kept my draft deck in a lot of cases. Like we did a Spider-Man one, and I did a bunch of Final Fantasy ones to try and get some cards, and they were fun. And I had some really fun decks, but they take them at the end. All right, so now where do we want to go? What do we want to do? We have an open quest slot, but we have these 2 Heart of a Champion quests. Then we have these 2 other quests right here. Teferi is a planeswalker in the game, and he's kind of powerful. He's like a time mage. I guess we can try and do this one and just see how horrible it goes. He's in the blue area, so if I go to... Where is he? Heart of the Champion. Teferi's Fall. He's all the way up here. We can warp to this place using our token that I purchased for 1 shard. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's equip this. Or do I just need to use it? I need to use it? Yeah, there we are. Good. Awesome. So we'll use that. We'll use 1 token. We'll teleport there. We're going to have some fun right here. So we're here. Now, I'm going to save, actually. I didn't save. It does auto-save a bunch, but we're going to go in there. All right, so now I'm going to update the title of our stream here. Chat there. And we're going to go, Teferi must fall. Teferi, right? That's how you spell it? How do you spell it? Let me see here. I want to make sure I spell it right. Because if I'm going to go and fight this guy, I got to get his name right. Teferi must fall. All right, there we are. Cool. We're going to head back. We're going to go here, and we're going to go on our adventure. Adventure. Where am I going? Up around here? Can I make it there? Oh, put me in the town. That's fine. Can I make it there? I can't. I have to go around the other side. That's annoying. Yes, I see. I see. Alright, we're going this way. I don't want to fight this crab. Floating beach. I could pick up another quest, but I don't want to because I want to kind of leave that open for future problems. Alright. So any of these locations, they're explorable locations. You can fight things in there and potentially get stuff out of it. Totally up to you if you want to do that. That is a method of playing the game and accumulating cards. Like I said, there's a steep curve when you first start this game because your deck is kind of powerful, but depending on how you go or what creatures you go up against, it could very quite quickly turn into a situation of like, hey, I cannot beat this this thing. And we found that out when we tried to fight the Eldrazi Destroyer. That thing had, I think, 40 health or 30 health, and that thing just destroyed us, literally in its name, Eldrazi Destroyer. Alright, so now from here, I'm assuming we can look around. Oh, there's a spellbook over there. I'm going to take that free spellbook. That gives me some free stuff. That's why it pays to explore. Things are hidden. That thing just popped out of the ground. You see that? It's not fighting me, though, so I'm going to leave that alone for right now. What are you doing? These are all March of the Machines or something similar? I don't know. Oh, they're Phyrexian. Oh, I don't know if I like that. All will be one. Oh, this enchantment I know about, but I don't know how to use it. Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent, this enchantment deals that much damage to target creature. That's stupid. The Invasion Tree 1, Landscapers 0. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty broken, especially with a token deck like the Manifold Mouse or something like that. Let's see here. Have your stand. Hexproof. Okay. Unnatural Restoration. Return target. And then Proliferate, so that creates more artifacts. Rebel Salvo. Affinity for artifacts. No, equipment. Okay. Costs 1 less for each equipment you control. Deals 5 damage to target creature. Okay. Prismatic or Prophetic Prism. Draw a card. Add mana pool. Saw Blade Scamp. Deal 1 damage. Oh, so this kind of bounces up. Okay. Yeah, it's here. Oil. Remove an oil counter. Becomes an artifact. Cruets. Yeah, I don't like any of these. And you're probably thinking to yourself, like, some of you out there might be like, hey, that is a stupid good card. What are you doing? I don't know. So I don't know. We'll get rid of you. Plate Devotion. Target creature gets one. If it was a creature, yeah, we'll get rid of that. Corruption. Endless flesh card in your graveyard at battlefield tapped. You lose 1 life. Opponent activate only if. Oh, okay. If target opponent has 3 or more. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that one. I think I'll get rid of a bunch of these because I just don't know. Whenever you cast a spell, so this one I could tap and plink. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, so this could be really funny in a goblin deck because I would have bolts and other things, or a blue-red deck. So I'll hold on to those two. I'll hold on to the all is one. And then proliferate. Well, that works really well with this. So a green-red deck with these two would be just nutters. All right, and then yeah. So this is an instant. Yeah. So we'll hold on to those. All right. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna get rid of that one too. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. We got that. We're gonna get out of here. So there's gonna be hidden monsters in this area. That's gonna be great for me to deal with. What's over this way? I don't know what that is. I can walk on water. No, I can't. Never mind. What are you? You're a little campsite. With camels. You got cute little camels and some money. And I don't know what to do with that information. Can I get to that thing? I don't know what this thing does. I think that thing does a thing. I'm not sure. There's a golem. Oh, there's a sandworm. These things are just popping up out of nowhere. Oh, yep, you're angry. Ah, no, stay away. Whatever you are. All right, so I guess I'll fight you guys. Do I have to fight Teferi himself or everyone? Find Teferi's fight out and defeat all enemies present. All right, well, here we go. Desert Nomad. And that means I have to walk around and find all the invisible things, too. Ugh, that's going to be annoying. 18 health? That's not fun. This might be out of our realm of potential doing. Yes, I will play. That is a terrible hand. We have one land. We will mulligan. That's better. Let's get rid of the Larcenist, I think. Yes. Yes, let's get rid of the Larcenist. We will keep. They mulligan too, so I don't feel so bad. Then we're going to end turn. Pay 1 life, add... Oh, okay. That's like a shock land. I'm assuming going up against this guy, we're going to end up with potentially artifact removal and potentially a lot of spells. So we'll see how we can do against this. Pay 1 life, add this. So he's got a lot of interesting choices for his cards, for his land, because he has to pay mana to get colored mana. Or pay life to get colored mana. I can bounce a card. Let's see here. Breach instant sorcery. Let's drop you down for now. Let's see what kind of thing he's got going on. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. A white source. Again, yeah. Like, I guess it doesn't really matter. Get this on you for right now. Without paying its mana cost, I can bounce a card to his hand. I kind of want to do that. So yes, this is what I would do. Why would it not let me do that? Why would it not let me do that? Did I click something wrong? It seems like I clicked something wrong. Oh, well. That was a thing. Oh, I can just kill it. Whenever battlefield's under control. Yep. So, as long as you control a desert. And they do. So, let's drop a land first. Let's bounce this to his hand. Whatever. A desert. Yeah, so let's bounce this to his hand. And then, yeah, so right there. Click that. Here. Okay. And then just attack. Do you want to play this? No. Yep, taking some more damage. Okay, and then... Yes, I want to play this. So now that gives us 3/3. I have 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, I have 5 mana, so I can do not as much as I wanted to do. Let's get this out right now. And let's get this out right now. There, and then we can just Alpha Strike, do 3 damage. Don't have any cards in my hand. Search your library for up to 2 cards, put them in the battlefield tapped. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. They're just zombies, so he can't block. We have another rogue, but I think we've got him. If I remove this, does 2 damage. I can draw a card. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. There. Okay. And yeah. Alpha Strike. Click OK. Don't have any cards in my hand for that. We do have this, so he could sacrifice a creature. Draw a card. Okay, click OK. And then blink. I can bounce one to his hand and destroy the other. Is that what I want to do? Yes. Because then he doesn't have anything to attack me with. So then I click... Well, actually, no, I just bounce one to his hand. So that. Oh, no. Shoot, I did that wrong. There. Not with the additional cost. Yeah, right there. Bounce that to his hand. There. And then it's going to create more zombies. Attack me with 2. There. Okay. And we got him. We got him. He's got no counterplay. So Alpha Strike right here. We won. Cool. That wasn't too terrible. We definitely had to think. Alright, what do we got? A lot of red and black. Or red and white. I'm sorry. Red and white. From Lord of the Rings. Rohirrim Charge. Enchantment comes into play. Bury all. We're just going to bury this. We're going to sell that. Moria Brown. From Fallout. Swords to Plowshares. Exile target creature. Gains life. $425 for that card. 25 gold, I should say. Dunes of the Dead. It's a desert. When it comes in to play, when Dunes is put into a graveyard, create a zombie token. I don't see us using that. Arcbound Shikari. First strike cat warrior. Whenever it enters the battlefield. Oh, put a +1/+1 counter on each other artifact creature you control. Okay. That's pretty good. Gleam of Battle. Whenever a creature control attack, put a +1/+1. That's actually pretty good. We'll hold on to that in case of reasons. Bright Flame, Radiance. Deal X damage to target creature and each other creature that shares a color. You gain. Oh wow, that's could potentially be stupid good. You may exert Rohirrim charges as it attacks. When you exert a creature, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an equipment card. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to that creature. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. That's pretty good. Okay. Remember how I said that there's a potential that you're going to go up against a lot of theme decks? Seems like this deck that we just went up against is desert themed, and it's potential that there's a lot of zombies in them. So keep that in mind. Like white decks with that have zombie removal and things like that, specifically undead removal, probably really powerful. Do I have play here? Kind of. I kind of have play. I'm gonna stick with it. We'll keep this in our hand. Okay. He tapped. Oh, he's got ramp. Well, you know what? That's unfortunate for me. But it's okay. It's okay. So he's got his end step. We're going to end our turn. He's going to hit me for 1. He's going to play Birds of Paradise. So he's definitely off to a much better start than the first guy. We'll have him remove a card. He chose Birds. Why? I don't know. Birds is any mana source. He chose to remove that. He has reasons, I'm sure. He has another one. That's why. Drop a tap land, unfortunately. Let's see, what do we want to do? Bounce a card to his hand? Sure, let's bounce this to his hand. There, okay, and then we're going to end our turn. He's going to tap to bring that back out. That's fine. Okay, we got some land out. We're going to have him sacrifice a creature. And then we get a token right there. We're going to end our turn. He's going to hit me for 1. That's fine. He's going to tap. Nomads draw. Okay. Fair enough. Right there. Got to lock it. Could I bring this out? I can't bring this out. I cannot bring this out. No, I can bring this out. I can bring that out. I can bring this out too. Let's bring this guy out first. Just to stop the damage. And then we're going to end turn. Oh, he's going to destroy it with target. Its controller creates a token. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. And then he's not going to attack. Nomads. Oh, we saw this one. Dunes of the Desert. So, yeah, I don't have removal. So, land removal. So, it's not like I can do anything with that. Okay. How do I want to play this? Flying is 5 card mana value. We do have that, I think. So, this should get... As long as there are 5 or more mana values among the cards in your graveyard, even Heartstabber gets +2 and has Death Touch. Now, why is that not the case here? 5 or more mana value. Is it because it's counting the pips? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I only have 3. Okay, that's fine. We're learning. So maybe that's, yeah, like I said, that one's not as ideal. Oh, please don't do that. Don't search your library for things. I could bring this guy out. Just sacrifice the token. Do I want to do that? Yes? Auto pay for that. Right there. Yep. Sacrifice the token. That makes perfect sense. You may play land cards from your graveyard. Well, nuts. We are getting a lot of land. Not some, a lot. We're getting all the land. Let's bring the rogue out. Right there. Good. I've got 3. You Or 3? We'll wait. We'll wait. I could bring out my charm, my locket, for more mana if I wanted to. Do I want to do that? Maybe? I mean, we blink him for 1 if I do that. Let's do it. Let's get some additional damage down. And then we're going to go to attack phase before combat. We're going to hit you to attack right there. Can't really do too much about it because he doesn't have a flyer. Desert Nomads. I remember these guys. Arabian Nights. I had these guys in my deck when I was a kid. Desert Nomads are immune to damage done by deserts. Yep. I think we've got him. So if I do Rona right there, and then do you right there, sure. Okay, before combat, attack. He's got... If I attack with you, he's got enough to block it in a way that it kills it. But then he has to sacrifice a permanent. I don't know if I like that just yet. That might be like next round. Okay. He's not doing anything. Oh, he's killing himself for some reason. Another Birds of Paradise. I don't know why, but okay. That's fine. He's playing cards. He's gotta do something. He's gotta do something. I think I have got him because he can't block. That's 3 damage. No, I don't have him. I don't. Not yet. Anyways. Alright, right there. And then I'll just keep going with what I've got right now. Because if he has a board wipe, I'm screwed. I'll do this and this. He doesn't have any rogues, right? Nomads. Yeah. Oh, well, he'll chump block the Birds of Paradise. That's fine. Still take 2. Stinking. Vigilance. Threshold. 7 or more. Yeah, +3, +3. Okay. Gotcha. What's going on? Let's see. I heard the thing. I'm not seeing anything. Morning, Tortoise. How you doing, buddy? Saw you opening up some packs recently. A little jealous. I've got a draft coming up soon. Gonna go over to a buddy's house and play some Magic draft for, what was it? What did he say it was? Hang on, I'm gonna check my phone real quick. He said it was the latest set, and I can't remember the name of it. Is it like something Strix? Something... Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? Right here. Advanced ones. Strixhaven. Yeah, that's the next set for MTG coming out, as I understand it. So hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you're doing well. Did I drop a land? I'm in before combat stage, so I might have already missed my turn to do that. Darn it. But I think I got him. Oh, no, I got him. I got him. Yeah, just Alpha Strike. He can't block unless he has Fog. There. Yep. He's going to sacrifice 2. Yep, we drew a card. He's going to do some chump blocks. We win. We're the best. We're the best. It's because you're here, Tortoise. That's why. It's because you're here. That's the reason why we won. Let's get through these. Oh, wow. They got a lot of money on them. Take the bait. A lot of red-white cards from these guys. Another desert. Excavator, Rider Rohan. Interesting. I don't know if I like any of these. Pressure attacks, put a +1/+1 as long as Enzio. So this is from Assassin's Creed, has more. First strike, it is a... And is assassin into it. Okay. Alright, fair enough. I had this in my my white-red deck. Drafting is fun. It is. I'm not gonna lie. I suck at it. I just go for the food and the camaraderie. I go to my buddy's house, and I have yet to beat him. He's one of those players that like knows the idiosyncrasies of how interactions work on both sides of the board, and he creates some really custom, really interacting cards that I'm just like, it blows my mind every single time. It's my mission to beat him once, and that way I can say that he has a 99% success rate. Currently, he's got 100, but, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Baby steps. All right. Let's see here. Do I want to get rid of anything out of this? Do I want to auto-sell anything out of this? I think I would really auto-sell this guy, because I don't see myself doing a 3-card deck. I don't see myself enjoying these desert lands. This could be really good for a landfall deck, so that would be pretty fun to see if that works. When enters the battlefield, create tokens. Okay. And then caster in combat, prevent all combat that would be dealt to target you or a player. This can untap all cards. Oh, okay, so basically you bait them in and then you... I see. All right, fair enough. That's and then the Bright Flame one we're holding on to. That one's pretty good too. We'll hold on to the other ones. All right, and then we got to fight a camel. We got to fight a camel here. We have to fight the camel. But yeah, so it's about after this game. I have a little bit of an announcement, a little bit of a fun thing. Not anything crazy, not anything like, oh my gosh, earth shattering. This has no land in it, so we are gonna mulligan. That has more land in it, but not a black source of land. What card am I going to get rid of? Let's get rid of Rona. Yeah, I think Rona's probably the better one, unfortunately. Is that the right one to get rid of? Yes, I think that is. Well, yeah, let's get rid of Rona. Because if I do that, I can keep Krydell and this for removal, and then I have the Aven to start taking his cards and casting them. So yeah, we'll get rid of Rona, and we will keep this. All right, Mr. Camel. Morning, Goat. How you doing? Are you working too? Are you out there in the world working? Oh, heaven, banding damage done by deserts. Another green or blue source. Oh, good. So now he just gave his camel +1/+1 right there. We're gonna force him to. I mean, I can take it. We're gonna cancel. We'll end turn. Once we get our Aven guy out, we'll see what he's got. So he's got another camel and another camel. He's got 3 camels. The camel is using a camel deck. Okay. Noted. Camel uses camel deck. Got it. We're going to do that. Bring that guy out and turn. And then... when I hold enter, if you control 3 or more desert, you gain 3 more life. Can't attack, block. Oh, that's annoying. So then we'll use that on this. Right there. Yep. Okay, so he's going to do 3 damage to me. That's just rude. Honestly. Oh, I should have done the tap land. Darn it. Misplay. Well, if I do this... No, hang on. I have to do this without the kicker so that I have 2... Well, it's still there if I want to cast it. How do I want to handle this? I guess I'll do the kicker. I'll bounce this to his hand. I'll pay everything. Draw another blink of an eye, which is great. So then I'll do this, and then I'll attack him, and I'll steal a card from him. Whenever enters... If you control a tapped creature... So if he casts this at the end, and he has 1 mana away from doing that, Non-creature tokens get +1 in vigilance. That's terrifying. And exile target creature card from your graveyard. Oh. Non-token creatures. I think this is the one I have to take. Yeah, I think this is the one I have to take. We're going to end our turn. We are not really in a good spot right now. The camel, definitely more threatening than the desert people. Alright, so let's get the tap land down. I don't have a black source to kill him with. That can't do anything. This is, what was this again? This was that card. So let's do that. Right there. Okay, great, awesome. It has vigilance, but I can't use it to block or anything like that. So I'm kind of just holding right now. Yep. And he's got the Splyron, so he's going to get a bunch of... He's going to get... oh, just a creature. Or a token. Cool. Awesome. So I have one black source. I can't do this. Drop a land. I can't kill this. I can kill this or kill this. Oh, man. This is rough. Definitely not working. Oh, nice. 4:30 a.m. Jeez. Decided to do bucket list trip. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Hopefully it's worth it. I mean, hopefully you're having fun. In our native area, I will tell you that it is rainy and miserable. So you're not missing much. So there. What do I want to do here? I need to get creatures out. I mean, I could just bring this guy out. But I don't... I think he's got... No, I need to bring this guy out. 0. Auto. Yes. So he chose the token. That's fine. So I've got that right there. I have one blocker, and I have to use it on this every single turn, so he's going to hit me for 3. Yeah, I don't have any other options. Okay. Yep. Block that. That's the one I need to block. He's going to bring another supply camel out, because that's what he needed to do. The jerk. That's not going to help. That's not going to help. I can't attack. I think he's got me. Because if I bounce this, now it's going to go on to him. And that's not helpful. Decisions. If I had another black source, it would have been much better. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Yeah, I think he's got me no matter what I do. I don't see how I can come out of this. Hang on, cancel. I could bring this guy out as another blocker. Still, he's going to get by me. He's got more than enough. I don't have a board wipe. I can bounce a card there. But again, that's not going to really help because he's going to bypass that. So if I do 2, and then I don't think I have... Is this 5 still? That one's 5 still. Yep. Alright, so how can I do this? If I remove... No, there's just no way. I don't see it happening. I could do the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then draw a card. Maybe that'll give me something, but I don't see that happening. What am I going to bounce? Oh, I'm going to bounce the token. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. We draw a card. It's a swamp. Put that down. Have him sacrifice a creature, create a black token that I can use to chump block. Right here. 1, 2, 3. There. He sacrificed that. We have 2 there. We're not dead. We're not dead. We're close. I could attack, but then that gets tapped. He sacrifices a creature, hits me for 4. I can't do that. Oh, I could chump block, sacrifice a creature. Yeah, that's actually the play. Because if I attack, this gets 2 blight counters on it. And he has to sacrifice 1 for each blight counter on it. And then I chump block with the 4/4. That's our play. That's our play right there. Okay. All right, so if you didn't understand... well, hang on. Let me just make sure I do this right before... Yep. So whenever Rottenmouth Viper attacks or enters, it gets a blight counter on it. Then for each blight counter on it, each opponent loses 4 life unless they sacrifice creatures. So he has to sacrifice 2 creatures or take 8 damage. He chose to sacrifice 2 creatures. And then he's going to take 7 damage. And because of our thing here, it has vigilance. It's not going to tap. So now, yes, yes. I love it when a plan comes together. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was great. That was great. Oh, Rottenmouth Viper, you are the hero of this game right now. Unless he has, like, Bolt, in which case then I'm, like, dead instantly. Because Bolt does 2 damage to any target. Alright. At the beginning of during... Yep, okay. Uh-huh. Now, I cannot kill that. Can't kill that. I think we win. Through Rottenmouth Viper. Yeah, I think we win. Yep. So that goes up to 3. He sacrificed, took damage. And then he's going to take damage from Rottenmouth Viper. No, he's blocked. He's blocking. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, and then we have... if he has a board wipe, I'm a little hesitant to throw down some creatures. Because I think I've got him. Beast. Whenever is dealt damage, you gain 1 life. Nope, we got him. We absolutely got him. No, that doesn't need to attack. What am I doing? And then that gets another token. Yes! Yes! Awesome! Rottenmouth Viper is so cool. Alright. Artifact creature, camel. So what does it do? Steal dromedary? Enters the battlefield tapped with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Doesn't untap during your untap phase if it has a +1/+1 counter at the beginning. Oh, you can move. Oh, okay. So this just moves the tokens around. Okay. 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 When you gain life, this is really good for a life gain deck because this thing, I remember, is just a beast. And as long as it has 4, it has vigilance, and it gets 10, it becomes indestructible. Yeah, that thing's just ridiculous. So we'll hold on to that one. We'll sell that one, and like you can move the tokens from this to this, and then it, yeah, every turn, right? It doesn't untap at the beginning of your combat. Yeah, so every 2 turns, or after 2 turns, this becomes a 2/2 artifact creature that you can use to attack, and then this gets more tokens if you gain life. So yeah, we'll hold on to that. We'll hold on to that. How do I want to do this? I want to actually not get into combat. I'm actually going to step outside. Can I do that? Is it going to let me? Where's the exit? Where's that door? That is a giant Waverin. I'm going to save the game. Don't judge me. Games are meant to be fun. Games are meant to be fun. So, let me see here. How much time do I have left? So, after that fight, I said I'd do my little announcement, and that's great. That worked out really well. And then the kids get off from school in the next 45 minutes. Great, awesome. All right, so this is great. Get to do a lead-in. Guess what? All you out there in TV land, you get to hear this from me. I purchased something on eBay for the channel. You can thank me later. It has no way has to do with the fact that I was completely lost and wanted to make sure I was having as much fun with the game as possible. So for our Ogre Battle series, I looked on eBay and I was kind of scouting around, and I'm like, there's got to be a way to get the map that I was missing from my Super Nintendo cartridge from eBay. And I was watching a bunch of different ones. Yeah, TV Land, you know the reference. So I purchased the strategy guide for Ogre Battle. The Prima strategy guides, this was like the premier company. They did like all the strategy guides when I was a kid that I purchased. The Prima ones were just really good. And it has a lot of really good information and details in there. I've already looked through it and read the stuff that we missed. And I'm like, I'm not going back and getting this. But it also gives me a lot of information on how to upgrade classes and upgrade characters. So that'll be really exciting to use to upgrade our characters. I'm going to try and use it on, we'll say, reserved. I will use this in a reserved fashion because I don't want to spoil the game. I want to, have fun with it. I want to, play it and try and figure some things out on my own. So that was part of the purchase for the one thing there for eBay, or from eBay. But like I said, it had, let me get this on the shelf, it had the maps available. So I've got the maps now. I've got and I say maps, they're the inserts for the Super Nintendo. And you can see right down in the bottom corner, it has a little red lettering. Oh, it's getting totally blinded by the light there. So see, yep. So we have the maps, the inserts for the items. We get the item information now. And it has, again, I did this because I cannot for the life of me remember it. It has the tarot card information. Like you can see that right there, the tarot cards. It gives me a list of what the tarot cards do, because I completely forget every single time I boot up this game. And that's my old man brain. And I don't care what you say. I'm having fun with this. But it gives me the item details, the armor details, and then there's a second insert that gives the, so I'll show you kind of like this right here. So it gives the monster breakout on how to level up your monsters, and on the other side it gives the fighter class and everything like that, breakout for how they upgrade and everything. So I purchased that on eBay, and I also purchased the PlayStation version of the game. This one lot of game material was available, and I'm like, it's like fate or the heavens opened up. Oh, hang on, my camera's kind of freaking out right now. There it goes. Yeah, it's like fate or, the heavens opened up and allowed us to purchase that. So hang on, I'm going to try and monkey with my light real quick, let the camera reset because the shine kind of messed it up. Yeah, there we are. Cool. All right. Well, it's going to be, we're only in it for another hour or so. All right. But anyway, so yeah, that was the announcement. That was it. So look forward to that in the recordings for the Ogre Battle games. It was just one of those things. I was like, oh, cool. Oh, I'll buy that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have a seed or something? Yeah, I have a seed in my mouth. Blah. From my granola this morning. Oh. Anyways, where am I going? Going back in here. Lost track. Yeah, old man brain. So that Wyvern went away, which is good because I don't want to fight that thing right now. But yeah, super cool, super worth it. I found that to be really, really good, really good purchase. All right, we won the coin toss. We're gonna jump into this. 1, 2. We're on the draw for a land to make this work. We do have removal. We can get him out. I think I'm going to try and find a way to remove this guy from our deck, though, because I don't see... For some reason, he's not getting the bonus. As long as there are 5 or more mana values among the cards. He hasn't, we'll say, procced or got his bonus, so I don't know if I want to keep him. But regardless, we'll have it. We'll have him in there. We'll keep the hand. We'll keep the hand. We're we're on the draw for a land. All right. 04. Oh, that's a camel. Okay, tousled dromedary. Didn't get a land. I'm gonna have him sacrifice a creature. No. Let's do this. Let's get this out right now. Start plinking him for damage. Yep, white creatures you control. And then he's gonna start hitting me. That's fine. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're gonna do it this way. Yep, target player sacrifices a creature. You do that. I need another land source. I need one more land source. We'll hit him. So that's tapped. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's gonna always be tapped. Doesn't untap as long as it has counters on it. So I like it. Keep on attacking him. Where are you moving it to? You move it. Oh, okay. So he's okay. Yeah, banding. That was one of the camels from before. Finally, another land source. I'm gonna use this turn to drop the locket, so we get another land source. Yes, and then I will keep on hitting him for one. Right there. Yep, he's going to move that. He's going to hit me. That's fine. I accept this. Can't really do much about it. Has lifelink. Oh, that's got to go. That's got to go. Oh, in your graveyard. Oh, you control a desert, or it's in your graveyard. So, yeah, he's got deserts. So, that thing's got lifelink. So, that's got to go about as quickly as possible. Let's take that out this round. The next round, we will play... I have 5 land. I can bounce this out. Or that out. Actually, do I want to do this? I don't want to do this. If I kill this, bounce that out. Is that what I want to do? Or I'll just wait. I'll just wait. Just wait. Why am I being so anxious right now? Kill this so he doesn't gain any life. We have 2 mana left. We will attack, and then whatever he attacks me with, I will bounce it back. Yep, because he's going to move the token to this one. So now that's a 2/2, right? And then he's going to choose to attack, which is fine, because then I will do this, not with the additional casting cost, and I will bounce this to his hand. He loses the +1/+1 tokens that are on it, counters that are on it, and I take no damage. Winner, winner. Yay, winner, winner. Alright. Is dealt damage, you gain 1 life. Cool, he's got camels, that's great. Now, how do I want to handle this? I could do this, I can get this out, or get this out. I think that's the better play. Because if I do this, I have him mill cards, and I get a token creature. Tricky, tricky. This is my only creature right now. Because he does have that one, what is it? Pacify spell. Let's do that. Let's get in there for 3 here. Yes. Then we'll equip it to you here. Yes. Okay. Protection from green and black. Then we will attack with this right here. Yes. That player discards a card, and we untap all our land. I can bring both of these out, and I think that's a smarter idea. There, to give some blockers. Right there. Okay, always watching. They have vigilance, that's fine. Non-token creatures, so it has that. He's going to attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to do blocking. They don't have menace, so I mean, if I just hit, so if I block you there, I take 3. He doesn't gain any life. I think we've got him. Because if I drop this, there, bam, bam, onto you. Click that. Good. Awesome. Good. Awesome. And then we alpha strike. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Cool. Good. Yeah, our deck is working really well. I don't really want any of these. I don't really want any of these. Sphere of Law. If a red source would deal damage, you prevent 2 of that damage. Yeah, it's like... Alright. Fight me, you tribal person. Or desert nomad. Fight me. Alright, so... What were they? They did white, red, and green through the deserts that they tapped and took a damage for. Okay. We won the coin toss there. We have 2 manas, and we can get our Aven out. Okay. Let's play our tap land and end turn. Birds of Paradise. Okay. There. We can have this go back in his hand. He takes some damage, or we get a blocker. Let's do that. Oh, no. Let's, this one. Oh, no, I want to hold on to this, because if I can get the kicker, if I can play the kicker for that, oh, but just do it this way. Just do it this way. Right there. Auto. Turn that into his hand. There. End turn. So now we slow the ramp. He's got to take another damage to get the Bird of Paradise out. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. That's what my headspace was right there. That's what my headspace was. Let's bring you out. Let's bring you out. Right there. And we'll end turn. Brought him out. That's fine. Yep, that's got to go. So we're going to spend... I didn't get a land. Shoot. But that's okay. We're going to do this. Auto pay that. Get him out. Because I do not want him generating tokens. Bring out the nuisance, the flittering nuisance. Flitterwing nuisance. There, and then I can hit him for 1. Right there. Doing it again. Okay. I think I have to do this. Auto. There. Yes. And then we're okay with that. Click OK. And then OK. And we're going to hit for 2. Yeah, so let's... Or 3. We're going to hit for 3. Yep. Yep. So we drew a card, drew another card. We already drew a land. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now he's going to start generating zombies, and yep, there he goes. I figured there was a function of the deck that I was missing. Yeah, I figured there was a function I was missing there. All right, let's see here. From back in the 90s. Unglued. I remember that set. Unglued was... Unglued instantly got banned in standard play just because of the ridiculousness of the cards. So this is 4, and this is 3. Has first strike gets +1. So let's do this right there. I think I've got to rush this because if I don't, I'm going to die. He's going to outpace me. I think he already outpaced me. Nope, we're down to 3. I think I've got him. Yeah, he's not gaining any life. I think we got him. Yeah, so if I do 3 damage, he doesn't have any flyer. Yeah, we win. Woo! Skin of our teeth. Yeah, hilarious, annoying twist in the game. Yeah, so there was also, I don't know if it was Unglued or what set it was, where it was mutagen basically cards, where you had like a one-sided, no, it was Unglued, I think, where you had one card, and then it was like a back of a creature, and then the front of a different creature, and you put them together, and that like created the creature, and it was wild. You had to have 2 of those cards, or 3, or whatever. Yeah, but it was definitely hilarious. And the lands from the Unglued set were the only legal standard cards that you could play, or standard legal cards that you could play. All right, I think this is all we can do, and we win. Just barely. Just barely. But hey, winning's winning, right? All right, so let's see. What do you got for me? Yeah, these desert guys. Oh, from the Stranger Things. Investigate. Once for each creature. Friends forever. Yeah, I don't know if I want that. Rip apart. Choose one. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. Ancient Green Warden. Reach. You may play lands from a graveyard. If a land enters, cause a trigger permanent. Oh wow, that's actually pretty good. Audric. I don't know what that one's from. He's a vampire soldier. When Audric, blood cursed, enters the battlefield, create X blood tokens where X is the number of abilities from among your creatures, all those. And so he basically gets everyone's abilities. Oh, okay. Okay. Jor Kadeen, first Gold Warden. Where X is a number of equipment creatures. We'll get rid of you. Get rid of that one. This is a good removal card for red-white deck. When you enter the battlefield, you may search your graveyard and or library. Oh, okay. Okay. Love you, bye. Have a good day at work. Bye, wife. Very pretty. Pick up the kids. That's a very... Thank you for reminding me to pick up the kids. Yes. 11 o'clock, yes. We've got a... Yeah, 11:15. So we only got about 10 minutes, so... All right, let's... So, I'm going to do something that's going to really bother some of you. I'm going to leave this treasure on the ground. Here's the reason why. If I pick up that treasure, that's just more money that I'm going to end up losing by fighting these things. And I don't know what I'm going to get into the further in I go. So I'm going to leave this on the ground because that way I can't lose it. And it stays there permanently. We got time for one more match against something. So let's see if we can find that one little creature thing that was over here, kind of hidden away. Let's see. He's like over here. Yeah, that thing. It's like a scarab. Yep, scarab. Perfect. See, I knew things. I know things. I know things. All right, we're going to keep our hand because that's all the land we could ever need. Plague Scarab, Swamp Walk. That's awful, actually. That's awful. Ah, that's awful. Well, that just turned the tides. We'll play the tap land, enter. So he can freely hit me. Dune Scarab. Oh, he coming in strong. He got that urgent strength. I guess we'll just do another tap land because I can't do anything. We'll end turn. It's going to hit me for 2. Virus Beetle. Each opponent discards a card. Ah, lame. Alright, what am I going to discard? Larcenist, I think. No. You. Okay. Alright, so now what do I want to do? Well, I don't currently have a swamp. I don't know if these count as swamps. I don't remember the ruling on that. I gotta stop him from doing damage. I gotta get some cards off the board. Everything okay? Now can I block? Oh, good. We take 1 less damage. That's fine. I'll do that. And then whenever a player sacrifices... Oh, okay. Yep. All right. So this just got pretty awful real quick. There. Let's try and stabilize. Auto right there. And then end turn. Oh, what are you? Wither. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a +1... Oh. Okay, I don't know why he's not attacking. I'll take the free turn. Well, this has protection from black and green. So... And I can get this out right now. There. And I can choose to equip it right now. Like that. Bam. And then we can attack. Right there. And then everything untaps. And I steal a card. So, what do you got? Enchant player at the beginning of that player loses unless here's... that's gotta go. Yep, we're gonna take that. And then we're gonna cast that. Right there. Yep. Sacrifices or discards a card. Yep. End turn. And then he's going to cast that on me. That's understandable. So I take 5 damage. Yep. Nest of Scarabs. Whenever you put... Okay. Great. Oh, okay. Well, that's awful. Let's see here. If I do this, I can cast everything from my hand, I think. Well, if I bounce... I gotta do this right. I gotta do this right. So if I do 3 and 3... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then attack, I can cast this. Okay. That's the play. There. And then it's a token, so it doesn't matter. Or an artifact, though, so it's colorless. So I'll just cast this out now. right there. Bam. Okay, so now we're tapped out. Here, there, and then we do Alpha Strike with you. And then we resolve this right there. We do that. What do you do again? Virus Beetle. What's a Virus Beetle? Each opponent discards a card. Wither. Yeah, we're going to take the other one. We have to do this again. Yeah, we're going to take that one. Right there. And then we cast this. Target him. Right there. Perfect. So then he has to take 6 damage. Because he can't discard a card. He has no cards in his hand. And then I can bounce something from the graveyard, or from the land back to his, or from the play into his hand. There, there. He's not attacking, he's dropping a land. Perfect, we won. Awesome. Awesome, good stuff. Good stuff. Just end it. I'm not gonna dally because I got to get ready to get the kids from school. A little bit of a different thing. And then we'll do our outro, as it were. All right, Alpha Strike. No, I don't want to do an Alpha Strike. I just do an attack with this guy. Right there, we win. Awesome, cool. Cool, cool, cool. And what do we get? Scarab cards? That would make sense. Canoptech, Scarab Swarm. Flying. Feeding Mandibles, or Feeder Mandibles, when enters battlefield, exile target. Oh, okay, so that's pretty interesting, but that's from Warhammer. For each artifact, exile this way. I'm gonna probably get rid of that. Midnight Banshee, Wither at the beginning of upkeep, put a +1, or -1/-1 counter on each non-black creature. So that's a lot in my deck, too. I don't like that. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Thank you, Tortoise. I've been making better plays. I've been getting better at it. We're gonna sell all of these. All right. So we're gonna do our little outro here. Because I gotta step out. I gotta get the kids from school. Hopefully you guys are liking this. Let me go to the map real quick. Where's this nearest settlement? Over here. Okay. We're going to go up and around. So, yeah, as I'm running back to this settlement here to get closer to town, I will not advance this. This will be our live stream, not next week. Oh, that's a crab. Don't fight crabs. Crabs are mill decks. Mill decks are terrible. Terrifying. Awful. So, finally not good. Get some sleep, dude. It's 4 in the morning where you're at, bud. You gotta get a nap in. I love that you stopped by. Thank you so much, Goat, for taking time out of the schedule on vacation to check in. But let me know when you're streaming again. I'll stop by too. If you guys don't know, Papa Goat is a Minecraft streamer. He's just like me, busy dad. Got so many things going on. But he takes time to play Minecraft with his kids, which is a really good topic for our outro. And I mention this a lot. You are allowed to play games. But here's the caveat to that statement. Schedule it. As you get older, you got to schedule things. You got to get at least the basics of scheduling as a proficient skill set. Because if you're not scheduling things, you're really causing a lot of stress and anxiety for yourself and for others around you. Especially if you have a family or a significant other that you're trying to work with to get through the day, get through the week, get through the years. And schedule these talks, schedule the talks that you need to have for the finances or for the vacations or for the work or spending time on the sofa watching screens or going to your own devices and things like that. It's a really easy thing to overlook, the power of scheduling, because it reduces a lot of anxieties for what's going to happen when and what you need to do during those scheduled moments and stuff like that. It just helps frame up your week, frame up your month. It reduces a lot of stress for the overall environment that you're in. You know, and they do this in work too. Scheduling when things get done in work. That's part of what I have to do for my job as a program manager, is I have to schedule when things are done. And guess what? Not everything is done on time. Oh, yeah, not everything's done on time. And you have to talk to it. You have to say, we're late. Well, what do you mean you're late? We're late. We're not going to be able to build the parts on time. Well, why? Because the machine can't build the parts any faster. Well, what's on the machine right now? Our parts, but they're going to be late. Can't we go any faster? Do you want to pay for the scrap? Because you can push it faster. You want to pay for the overtime? I can ask and see if there's anyone willing to do it. Having those conversations, but that's where the schedule comes in, and you work through that. It's a rolling thing, and getting more proficient at it will help you overall. That's where the ramblings end. I gotta go get changed, get my kids from school. They got a half day today. We're gonna finish some Scotch pies that I made last night. We made some filling for them, some lamb filling, and I got some pastry dough. We're gonna put them in the oven today, and that's gonna be our dinner tonight. I scheduled that last night after the kids went to bed. I made the filling and stuff like that, and now we're gonna do the closeout stuff, and it'll be fun. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this. This is MTG Forge on the Busy Gamer Dad channel. This is free. You can go to the internet, find it, download it, set it up, and play Magic the Gathering in a Chandelar setting where you have all the sets available to you, and you have all the crazy combos available to you. You just got to play through the game and get those cards and accumulate those cards. And yeah, next week we are taking a week off because I will be scheduling vacation with my family, my wife, my kids, and my mother-in-law. We're going to be going on vacation. So hopefully you guys have a good time off. If you got spring break, hopefully you enjoy it with your family as well. And we will catch you the following week after that. So we'll be back here playing more of this on the 10th is when I'll be playing. And we will see you then.